Okay, friends, hello. I'm going to try to make a translation online of this video, so I hope it can be helpful for you. Okay, let's start. Hello, friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to explain a little bit, let's say, how the orbit around the Earth works. First, we're going to print out the Earth and then the Moon. Let's remember that 12,000 kilometers of diameter in the Earth and 3.5 thousand kilometers is the diameter in the Moon. What is the distance between Earth and Moon? Don't think too much. I will tell you 30 times the Earth is the distance, so 385,000 kilometers. Let's say that if we put 30 times the Earth once in contact with the other, we will reach the Moon. Then I'm going to represent a line and I'm going to divide in 10 parts. If we consider the first 10% is where the main orbits of interest are, and I'm going to be focused in today's video in this first 10%. Then is the 25% near the Moon. That means that all that is from this point farther than this, the gravity is bigger from the Moon and the effect of the gravity is bigger to the Earth, 260,000 kilometers. Let's represent now the scale in logarithmic scale to see much better the orbits. I have to remember that, of course, in only 10% of the distance to the Earth, is the more interest orbits, so I expand a little bit with this logarithmic scale. So in the first 100 kilometers is atmosphere. Of course, it's not even. The atmosphere height in all the Earth it changed from one point to another, but let's say that more than 100 kilometers is for sure the outlet space. Then I represent some satellites or some devices in orbit. For example, 408 we have the International Space Station. Then at 550 we have SmartLink network from SpaceX that until now they have around 1,500 satellites in this moment, and they are planning also to continue in new orbits like 343 kilometers and 1,200. Of course, between 100 and 1,000 we can consider this as low orbits, and a higher orbits like such as 10,000 to 100,000 we have the medium and high orbits. First, I have to remember one concept is important in order to follow the video. If the height is small, if we are near to the Earth, we have to orbit faster than if we are farther. The formula is the orbit speed of the circular orbit is like a square root of g, gravitatory constant, multiplied by the Earth mass and divided by the distance to the orbit. So we can see that for example, in low orbits, such as the International Space Station, which is about 400 kilometers, we need 27,000 kilometers per hour to be all the time in this. So that means that the number of turns around the Earth at this high speed means for the International Space Station 16 turns per day. That means around one turn every 92 minutes. Whereas in a far orbit, such as geostationary one, we need 11,000 kilometers per hour. And we are rotating at the same speed as the Earth. So this has, let's say, good advantages for telecommunication purposes. In the Clark orbit, the good point there is that with this high distance, we can cover 40% of the surface of the Earth. And then you can imagine that with a small number of other satellites, we can cover the whole Earth surface. And now let's talk about the GPS that is placed at a height of 20,000 kilometers far from the Earth. That seems to be very convenient for the GPS satellites. That is, go through exactly the same place twice. Okay, just as a curiosity, the telescope Hubble is closer than we might think to the Earth. So this is the purpose of this video. This was the introduction, and in the next video I'm going to explain a little bit how to reach one orbit from the Earth, and also how we can change from one orbit to another in a proper way. Okay, see you in the next video.